plain, simple wrong. And I remember during deliberations and being at Neverland with all the fans and all of us praying that Michael was going to be vindicated fully. And I remember telling his security guard, tell Michael, don't worry, they're not going to get him on nothing. And they didn't. Everything was not guilty for Michael Joe Jackson.
And a lot of people that haven't filed that case, that took about, 5 to 6 days. They didn't. That wasn't an hour back like OJ.
No, it was several days, right? I think it was 7 real days, 5 business days. And, oh, yeah, it was.
So they went over it.
Mm-hmm.
They went over it limb by limb, every piece by piece, evidence by evidence. And I'm sorry. The jury foreman,
the original 10 counts that Michael was charged with, I guess Ned figured out that, he was going to lose the case, and then he added 4 more misdemeanors,
Did it really add them?
14 counts, and Michael was found not guilty on all 14.
So got cups over there?
Did he added them in the middle of a trial?
No, right before the trial. Mm-hmm.
Oh, right before the trial. That's terrible. Falsifying evidence is what William Wagner has petitioned for. Can you, if he might call in, I'm not sure, but if he doesn't, can you give us a glimpse into what he's alleging Tom Sneddon should be indicted for?
Okay, I'll just say from what I know and what William and I have talked about, and William is also in the Michael Jackson, The Trial and Triumph documentary where he tells this story. And there was, Michael had a lot of girly magazines, which is not the sign of a pedophile, lots of girly magazines, and it's not a sign of someone who's homosexual either. It's indicative of someone who's heterosexual. And he had lots and lots of girly magazines. Well, at one point, Tom Sneddon, the prosecutor, was saying, and why are Gavin Arvizo's fingerprints on this girly magazine? And but then Tom Mesereau was smart enough to realize that magazine wasn't even out at the time that the Arvizos were even at Neverland. So it was impossible. So apparently Tom Sneddon had said, here, did Michael show you this magazine? And the boy picked it up and probably said no or whatever he said, and he got his fingerprints on there. So that is falsifying and misrepresenting. That's a sign of desperation that you really don't have any evidence. There was no DNA of those children found in Michael's bed or anything. So there was just nothing. All it was the words out of people's mouths. And a lot of people don't realize that accusations and words that come out of people's mouths can be very, very harmful.
Oh, absolutely. And a prosecutor was indicted for falsifying evidence back in the 2006 lacrosse scandal. Do you remember that?
Oh, no, I don't. I didn't follow that court case. I'm not a court case buff, and I'm not a death hoax buff. I'm a Michael Jackson buff.
Oh, okay. Sounds I wanted to talk about some people that we didn't mention last time. Let's talk about Mr. John Branca. Where did they start? How did they meet and everything, and where do they stand now?
I don't know. They met sometime in the 80s. John Branca was young. He helped Michael. He was one of Michael's lawyers. Catherine was kind of against Michael hiring Branca because he was so young, but he came with impeccable credentials, and Michael gave him a shot, and together they secured the Sony catalog, which soon became the Sony ATV catalog. And they've done other monumental, feats, the Purchase of Neverland, and John was his main lawyer for many, many years. And now John Branca is a co-executor for the Michael